What's up, guys? In today's video, I'm on Reddit, unfortunately, and the reason why I'm making this video is because one of the developers for this game, the community representative Andy, clarified what the peer-to-peer matchmaking is and what's going to happen in the future for this game. I'm also making this video because I know a lot of people are still very confused about what peer-to-peer matchmaking is and how it's going to affect TCM moving forward. So let's jump right into it. So, on Reddit, someone asked, when is the last update this month? If you guys didn't already, the devs did say that the May update is coming out around mid-May. There's only 2 weeks left in May, so it's going to come out either this week or next week. If it doesn't come out this week or next week, they're going to delay it again. And then Andy, the community representative, responded by saying, our next patch will not be our last. We still have a few patches in the works as we transition Texas to peer-to-peer matchmaking. So I guess maybe this is the last update in terms of bug fixes, because they're not releasing content anymore, guys. They're not releasing content, and I'm pretty sure Andy also said in another Reddit post that there might be some gameplay changes with this last update, if I'm not mistaken. So for this last update, the May 2025 update, expect bug fixes and expect maybe a few gameplay changes, maybe a few. We'll see. But they said this patch will not be their last, so I don't know if they're going to be releasing more updates in the future when it comes to bug fixes and gameplay changes, or they're just going to be releasing updates in the future just for peer-to-peer matchmaking. Not too sure. But Andy also said one side note about the peer-to-peer matchmaking that we saw a few folks ask last week. Family players will have host priority once peer-to-peer is fully implemented. As far as a hard date for our next patch, we will be able to share that in the very near future. The process of writing those patch notes has begun. So they're writing the patch notes. So yeah, peer-to-peer. Let me explain what peer-to-peer is real quick. So peer-to-peer is basically Friday the 13th if you guys played that game. So for an example, let's say there was peer-to-peer right now in TCM. Let's say, so with peer-to-peer, there's a host for each game, okay? So let's say you go into a game and Leatherface is the host. And let's say you door slam Leatherface and he DCs, okay? Since Leatherface is the host and he DC'd, that means the whole lobby's done, the game is done, you have to move on to your next one. That's why a lot of people don't like the peer-to-peer matchmaking coming to this game, because it's just going to ruin things, because a lot of people like DCing in this game for some odd reason. So I'm not looking forward to peer-to-peer matchmaking. I mean, it honestly makes sense that, you know, the family players will have host priority, because I feel like if the victims had host priority and they died right off the rip, yeah, no one's going to want to spectate a full game when they die, rightfully so. So, I mean, if a victim was host and died instantly, yeah, they're not going to stay there and watch the game. They're going to DC and then the game's going to be over. So let me explain that one more time, guys, just to clarify. Peer-to-peer matchmaking, there's going to be one host in every lobby. If that host DCs in the middle of the match, the game is over. You have to move on to your next match. My big problem here is, though, if you know who the host is, like if a family member knows they're their host, I feel like a lot of people are going to DC on purpose. And I feel like if you door slam a family member that's the host, or you outplay them, they're going to DC and then the game is over. It's going to be one hell of a ride. I'm not looking forward to that at all. So another thing I want to mention here is someone asked as well, will there be host migration so the game doesn't end for everyone when the original host DCs? If you guys don't know what host migration is, so basically, let's say they had peer-to-peer matchmaking right now, and let's say they actually did have host migration. Let's say the Leatherface was the host and he DCs in the middle of the match. What host migration will do is they will make someone else the host, so like a cook or a hitchhiker, so the game doesn't end. But guess what? Peer-to-peer in Texas will not feature host migration. So once the host DCs in the middle of the match, the game is over. No host migration. That is a difficult thing to implement, and time just didn't allow it. Family being host should help the transition to peer-to-peer. And they also said, by the way, I didn't even see this before. They said, someone asked, will this affect crossplay? We are not planning to eliminate crossplay once we transition to peer-to-peer, my bad. That's a good thing, by the way, because if there was peer-to-peer and there was no crossplay, lobbies would be very bad. I think once they add peer-to-peer matchmaking, it's gonna be it's going to be very, very rough because a lot of people like DCing on both ends. I mean, obviously they're prioritizing making the family side the host, but from my experience, if the family's not a 3-stack and they're solo queue, dude, they're gonna DC most of the time. Especially if like victims rush or they get outplayed, it's gonna be rough, guys. I mean, that's all I want to make. I want to make a video on that. I don't know if there was anything mentioned here, but I don't like being on Reddit, so I'm gonna end it there. I hate Reddit so much. But yeah, what do you guys think about the peer-to-peer matchmaking? I want to make this video, like I said before, because I know a lot of people were still confused on the peer-to-peer matchmaking. I think it's going to be atrocious once it's implemented into the game because, like I said, this community is known for DCing a lot. So whoever the host is, I'm expecting a lot of games to crash once the host DCs because, like I said, a lot of people are going to DC when things don't go their way. That's just how it is. And I'm not looking forward to it at all. So I think that's going to be the downfall once they add peer-to-peer matchmaking. But I can be completely wrong. Maybe they'll make some lobby changes, and maybe peer-to-peer matchmaking is not going to be that bad. Who knows? But I'm not looking forward to it. And I just haven't been playing Texas Chainsaw recently. Sorry guys, I haven't been posting any Texas Chainsaw videos. I tried to play Texas Chainsaw Massacre yesterday. I played one game. Sat in the lobby for 7 minutes, and I'm like, yeah, I'm going back on DBD. So I will be playing Texas Chainsaw Massacre game once they release that update, like the last bug fix update and maybe some gameplay changes. But once they add peer-to-peer matchmaking, I'll try it out, but I don't think I'm going to like it because like peer-to-peer matchmaking makes no sense. Like, what if you're doing so well in a game? You're leveling up some perks, you're doing so well in a game, the host DCs and the game is over. Like, how? That's not fun. You know? Well, what if you door slam the host and they DC? That's not, like, come on. You know, I don't know. We'll see how it works. We'll see how it goes. Not like I said, I'm not looking forward to it, but leave a comment down below. Let me know what you guys think about peer-to-peer matchmaking. And I hope this clarified some things for you, because I know a lot of people were confused about peer-to-peer matchmaking. So to summarize, the peer-to-peer matchmaking, family players will have host priority once peer-to-peer is fully implemented. The peer-to-peer in Texas will not feature host migration. And then for peer-to-peer, they're not going to be removing crossplay as well, which is very good. But yeah, other than that, hope you guys enjoyed this video, and be sure to leave a like and subscribe, and take care, guys. Have a good day, and see you in the next one.